My name is Shane McKenna, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon's webinar, where we continue to pursue our mission to empower mentors and mentees worldwide by fostering a community of learning and growth and professional development. At the IMC, we believe that mentorship is one of the most powerful tools of personal and professional transformation. Our goal is to provide a platform where experienced mentors and mentees can share their insights and knowledge and best practices. And those who are mentees can find and identify mentors whom they would like to work with in the future. Our webinars are designed to bring people together who are thought leaders in their field and experts in the field of mentorship. We offer you the opportunity to learn from their experiences and to gain valuable insights of their journeys to mentoring. Whether you're here to deepen your own understanding of mentorship, whether you're here to enhance your skills, or simply to connect to like-minded individuals in the professional field of mentorship, we're confident that today's session will provide you with meaningful takeaways. So before we begin, let me extend a special thank you for all of you who've taken the time out of your busy schedules to be with us. Having said that, let me introduce you to Dr. Fawziya Al Zadjali, who's a prominent educational leader, researcher, and mentor in Oman. Now, she holds a PhD from Leeds Beckett University, where her research focused on the professional identity of English language teachers within the Omani educational system. Dr. Fawziya has extensive experience in curriculum development, teacher training, and educational management, particularly in the context of English as a foreign language. She's also recognized for her contributions to enhancing teacher professional development and has published numerous scholarly articles on the topic. Her work significantly impacts the educational landscape in Oman, particularly in shaping professional development of teachers and promoting educational excellence. Now, in particular, as benefit of the professional experience, Dr. Fawziya undertook a 6-month mentor training program with the British Embassy in Muscat. Known as the Tamkeen program, she was one of the 4th cohorts to graduate and has since that time, 2 years ago, been in her own practice professionally as a mentor into that region, mentoring professional teachers, professional educators, and those in industry requiring her services. It's a pleasure to welcome her here this afternoon to join us. Dr. Fawziya, please, would you continue with the information and presentation and the description of your mentorship for us, please?
Right. Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Shane, for this introduction of me. And I would like to extend my thanks to IMC for allowing me this opportunity to share my experiences and knowledge on the topic of mentoring. So thank you very much for that. And it's an opportunity, as you said, to share and learn from each other. It's just a mutual kind of relationship, which we'll talk about later. And yeah, so am I allowed to start my session today? Shall I?
Please go ahead, Dr. Fawziya.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me share. And thanks to the participants, on top of everything, I have to say thank you all very much. I know on top of your busy schedules, you made the time to attend this session, and I really hope that you find it beneficial and it would highlight areas of your professional life, for sure. So let's share screen. So is my screen visible to all?
Thank you, Fawziya.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So let's get started. To my understanding that I'm gonna run the session. I'll try and make it as interactive as possible to the participants today. Then if you have any questions or quiz or comments, you are allowed to either raise up your hand or you can write them in the chat box. Right. So today's title is about achieving harmony in modern mentoring. So we are specifying things here, two highlighted words, harmony and modern. This is a brief about myself. So let's get started. Today's agenda, we're going to start with a warm-up activity, and then I'll give you some reflection time, just a little bit, a short time. Then we'll dig into the facts about mentoring. We'll talk about the benefits and the strategies, plus the types, what types of mentorship are there. And then we will focus more on effective mentorship, and that would lead us to look at the features and the principles of effective mentoring. Before we end, we will focus on the relationship between mentors and mentees. Finally, we are going to end up with a discussion on the tools and techniques, practical tools and techniques for effective and balanced mentoring. Let's have a look. So I think I need the poll questions now. I've got two tiny questions for you guys. Have you ever, this is going to come to you as a poll question, have you ever had someone in your life who helped you out and gave you the support you needed? If yes, who was that person? Teacher, university instructor, father, mother, anyone, mentor? Just do let us know. So how am I gonna see the poll now? Is it gonna show on screen, Shane? Yeah, okay. So please look at the questions here and answer them if you don't mind. Let's see. You don't need to give us any names or anything. Just tell us who that person is. Just their title. A friend, a colleague. People are saying yes. Many, they're answering. Thanks, Amani. Okay, so there isn't just one person, many. Father, grandfather, manager. That's interesting. That's interesting. Good. That's enough to know. That's good to know. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we know that there are many people in your lives who helped out at some stage. Who these people are? They are your mentors, or they were your mentors without knowing. So you see, 100% people are saying yes, there was someone. Definitely there is someone, and who that person was, we just read some answers. So let's close this. Thank you. Let's move on. Right. Some questions to think about, and no need to answer them now. Okay. If you've been a mentor, if you are a mentor for those who are attending today, who have you been mentoring? Ask yourself these questions. These are for you. You can take a picture of the screen, and then as I talk, as the session goes along, you can think about your answers. Who have I been mentoring? To ask yourself. What are my ideas of a good mentee? Not mentor, mentee. Who is a good mentee to you? What are my beliefs about mentorship? What are my mentoring strengths and weaknesses? Have you ever thought about them or not? Am I learning from my mentees or not? I think we are ready. Just take a picture with your phones, please, and let's move along. Keep those questions at the back of your mind. As we go along, you'll be reflecting on your practice. Okay, let's start with some facts. Do you know that 75 of executives, like higher positions, attribute their success to their mentors? Do you know that 89 of mentees say that they'll mentor others? This is an indication. These are high numbers, by the way. It's an indication that mentoring is kind of a cyclical process. It continues. Today you are a mentee, tomorrow you are a mentor, and it goes along this way. Do you know that 90% of employees who have a career mentor are happy at work? This is a very good fact, by the way. Being happy at work is important. And this is attributed now to having a mentor. 57 of mentors expand their skills through mentoring. So it's not just beneficial for mentees, it's also beneficial for mentors. These are some of our facts. So let's see, what do we mean by mentorship? What is it? Mentorship is my definition of it now, based on all my knowledge and experiences. It's a mutual and nurturing professional relationship where an experienced person who is a mentor guides another person who is a mentee in their both personal and professional development. There is another definition here by Omadek. This is a recent publication. The author thinks that mentorship nurtures mental and emotional well-being. This is a very good definition, by the way. Enriching our professional lives through shared experiences, expertise, and encouragement. Mentoring is a different or another kind of definition. Mentoring is a relationship where mutual learning occurs. This is what I mean by you learning from your mentees, and the professional and personal development of those involved are supported by trust, respect, and commitment. Let's have a look. So if we have mentoring systems in our organizations, or for us as individuals, what are we going to gain? What are the benefits? Nowadays, many organizations, even higher education, are going with the trend of having a mentor in their organization. So why is this going on? What's happening? Let's have a look. The benefits that we can get for our organizations and for ourselves from the mentoring program is about sharing and offering knowledge. It's about improving mentees' skills. Those mentees can be co-workers, can be staff in your organization at any level, starting from CEO to the most minor level that you have at work. So it's improving their skills, improving staff retention. You will not be losing your staff because of some challenges that they face. Many staff, when they feel some challenges, they feel a failure and they leave. Or maybe they feel like, they're harmed or whatever feeling, it reaches burnout and then people just leave. That would improve staff retention. It will increase productivity. It would boost team collaboration. It would build strong working relationships. Of course, it would increase focus on diversity and inclusion. No staff, no person is going to be minimized or isolated or excluded from this experience. It is about inclusivity. Improving leadership skills. Of course, with mentoring, leadership skills are built within the mentoring program, and it benefits both the mentors and mentees. It prepares staff for promotions, by the way, because they will develop professionally, so that would allow them the opportunity to be promoted. It would enhance communication skills as part of the leadership skills. It will develop empathy skills and mentorship skills, of course. Then it's like a ball, like a snowball. Then it's going to roll within the organization. So what are the strategies for mentorship? What do we mean? Active listeners. Mentors, mentees must be active listeners. Being a role model is an excellent strategy that we as mentors need to follow. Setting expectations, goals, and boundaries. It's a relationship, through the Tamkeen, Shane, through the Tamkeen program, which you mentioned. We, right at the beginning, we set our expectations from the 6-month program. Each mentor with their mentee, we set the goals and we looked at the boundaries. So everything needs to be planned ahead before the relationship or the journey commences. It's about building rapport and having common grounds with mentees. It's about knowing your strengths and deciding how to use them for both mentors and mentees. It's about expanding mentee network, not just meeting with your mentee and discussing an issue, seeing how far you've achieved a goal, and that's it. No, modern or current mentoring is about opening doors in front of others and expanding their networks. And also, it's about accountability. This is very interesting, and I admire this idea. It's about following a holistic approach to mentoring, to knowing your mentee. It's far beyond the one-off. It's not one-off event. It's a longer term kind of relationship. And it can go beyond work, by the way. It's also about sharing experiences and knowledge, telling stories. Types of mentorship. So we have those two core types of mentorship, traditional and modern. Okay? Traditional mentorship and modern mentorship. For the traditional mentorship, as you can see from the picture, that this person is the same, and who is changing, this is the mentor, and who is changing are the mentees. Every time this person meets in person a mentee. Okay? So what is it like? It's one-to-one. This is a traditional one that we know. It's from senior to junior. A senior person meeting with a junior person. It's stemming from the apprenticeship. This comes from the apprenticeship of observation, where a junior staff would follow the steps of a senior staff and observe them doing the practice. Okay, learn from their experiences. That makes it a hierarchical kind of relationship. Advice. This is a golden one. Advice. In traditional mentorship, mentors are supposed to provide advice. But nowadays, things have changed. We don't offer advice anymore. We do other things, which I'll come to. Mentee is to listen and learn. That used to be then. It's synchronous, where it happens at the time of the meeting, face to face. That's why it's synchronous. Let's move on to the modern type of mentorship. So what is the aim of modern and how different it is from the traditional? It aims to engage and return the youngsters. Plus, it upskills and reskills the seniors. You might be a senior in your position. However, you lack some knowledge, you lack some skills. So it's you need some kind, if you see this picture, it's very interesting to me. It's mutual, where, things are going backward, forward, back and forth. Let's see, it's mutual, as they explained it. So there is no concept of a mentee learning from a mentor only. It's both learning from each other. It's never the jug and a mug, which we used to have in education. It's a collaborative type of relationship. It's diverse, so it can include others. It doesn't have to be towards what same gender, same skin color, same culture. No, it's going diverse now. It can be asynchronous, where it can be online. Doesn't have to be face to face, like what we are doing now. It's individualized learning path because it's planned, it's thoroughly planned. There is support and engagement of the development of leadership skills. And this is something very interesting in modern type of mentorship. It's never without leadership skills. So they are included within. It fosters culture, as I said, and the mentality and the mentorship culture within the organization. So if your organization is far away from mentorship, having a mentorship program would foster that kind of culture within the organization. And then it won't be a competition in workplace anymore. It would be collaboration, cooperation rather than competition. It prepares mentees or employees for career growth, of course. And here comes the, like, OAAA in Oman, we call it, or the quality assurance kind of area where organizations can become competitive with other organizations through establishing their mentorship programs within the organizations. So, what approaches are followed in the modern mentorship? There is now the concept of one-to-one, with one being senior and one being junior, has changed. Not anymore followed solely. There are other approaches that are coming along. For example, peer mentorship, which is a co-worker can learn from each other. You can learn from your co-worker, and one can become a mentor, one a mentee for a certain period of time. There is the another approach that's called reverse kind of mentorship. That's what I said, where junior can help a senior staff. For example, technology. And if, for example, if I miss some kind of, some information about, let's say, social media channels, how to put a reel, for example, on Instagram about my work or something, then juniors can help with that. Especially when it comes to technology, I think reverse mentorship is ideal. Also, we have group mentorship where we have one mentor plus two, three mentees. And there is this interesting kind of mentorship that is called focused or spot type of mentoring, where it only focuses on one skill, one area, and that's it. Once developed, finished. And of course, the one-to-one would continue. It would not stop because we are having, we cannot leave the traditional aside. Other types, these are very modern. I'm not going to go through the details, but I'm interested in showing you that nowadays there are other types of mentorship. Look at this one, the company insider. This is the person who knows all about the company, knows about the mission, vision, values, everything about the company. So when we have new staff, so the company insider type of mentorship, and that would make life easier for the newcomers. Skills master. This is where someone is experienced in one specific skill, so that person can do the mentoring. Money-minded mentorship. Maybe this is very interesting. I think these are the HR people who they would know, they know about the promotions, financial aspect of the work. Industry type of mentor who specific relates to the professional kind of relationship. The network mentor, where you need people would get to know about different places, different organizations, different people through the network. Influential ally, who there's that person who helps and inspires. And finally, peer, as we say. So my question is, which type or which style of mentorship to follow? Shall we go for the traditional or the modern, and why? And what can we do if we don't want? There is something in the chat. Both. Yes, thanks, Amani. I think both. You are right, absolutely right. We can do both. We can't stick with one. Brilliant. This is a very good way of seeing it. Balance. You called it both, Amani, and I call it balanced, effective and balanced. So you balance between modern and traditional. How? What does it mean? There is another comment. Depending on the specific case, yes, totally agree, Alexander. Totally agree. depending on the, in fact, you are touching on a very interesting area in modern mentorship. Modern mentorship is about the context. We look at the context of the mentee, and then from then, the goals stem. This also relates to having balanced kind of mentorship, which I define as, for example, it's a method that adapts to the specific needs and context. So thanks for mentioning the context of the mentee. This approach emphasizes flexibility, ensuring that the guidance provided aligns with the individual's goals, challenges, and stage of development. So it's not like one size fits all. No, it's a tailored type of mentorship. Okay. How are we doing with time? Yeah, that's good. So, since we're talking about the balanced or both mentorship, types of mentorship, what are the skills needed for the mentorship? Okay. It's tailoring the approach to the mentee's goals, as I said. It's providing emotional support, yeah, while also, challenging the mentee to grow. You remember when I said no advice anymore? Nowadays, we don't provide advice as mentors. Mentors are supposed to support mentees, but how? Don't give them the solutions. Let them challenge them to grow, challenge them to find solutions, guide them and facilitate facilitate the relationship by offering your knowledge, your experiences, but not telling. It's not telling anymore. Okay, understanding their understanding the mentees' perspectives and feedback. Very important, by the way. This is what I mean by the holistic type of mentorship. It's you understand all about the mentees. It's not a shallow relationship, it's a deep type of relationship. When you both set realistic and achievable goals, when you encourage mentees to take the ownership of their development, they should be responsible for that. Don't let it be like, you are taking the full responsibility as a mentor and the mentee like doing nothing. They just come there, listen to you, and leave. It's not like that, not anymore. Them taking ownership over their own development and learning is crucial. Being flexible and adjusting the approach as needed, of course. You cannot follow the same route. When you start, there is one approach, for example, but later on or during or towards the end, you'll find yourself maybe adjusting or adapting to different approaches. Um, Yes, you enrich the relationship by integrating various viewpoints. Not just your point of view, you listen to the mentee's point of view and see what they have to add. This way, you both are going to learn from the experience. And of course, sharing the experiences without opposing your path or your understanding. Yeah. Right. So each one, mentor and mentee, each one has their own roles. Yeah. You have your own role. Let's see. As a mentor, what is your role? Okay. You are supposed to share your knowledge and experiences. You are supposed to listen actively. Do not interrupt. Do not jump to conclusions. Yeah. Give your mentees the space to say what they have and to express their understandings, their beliefs about something. You guide them, but not advise them. Guide and support. You assist mentees to find solutions to their own challenges. You provide new perspectives and introduce them to the network that they might be missing. You become a role model based on your own experiences. For example, if you as a mentor, you go to the meeting for your meetings, you go late, you're not committed, you forget the goals from the previous session, then you are not providing a good model of commitment, of professionality. So in that case, one needs to rethink themselves. Keep contact with the mentee because, as I said, one Both should take ownership. However, if one is trying to get away, a mentor needs to bring them back on board. And you need to show empathy, of course, and understand them. Plus, yes, demonstrate confidentiality. It's not good that they're open to you. They share with you things that might be sensitive, and you go and share them. Confidentiality is key for a strong mentoring relationship. Of course, providing constructive feedback, feedback that isn't damaging and that it isn't flattering. No, feedback needs to be constructive, where you know, help them see their strengths and also become aware of what needs to be improved. So, what is expected from the mentee now? Let's have a look. Choose their mentors. Nowadays, people are choosing their mentors if they are allowed and if the opportunity, is given to them. They should choose their mentors. This happens within organizations. If, for example, we train 10 people to become mentors, then the other staff are. My advice is need to be given the opportunity to choose their mentors, and choosing the mentors is another whole area that needs to be explored, by the way. That's a future presentation, Shane. Choosing mentors. Having, as a mentee, they need to have clear goals and expectations from the mentor. What do you want from this person? Okay, maintain contact with their mentors. They need to be also to have a role in how and when they should meet, how to communicate with each other. Commitment, both sides, I have to say, honesty, knowing their professional identity, how they would choose their mentor based on their professional identity. They need to know who they are. Look in the inner of them. This is something to be, people need to be trained on how to evaluate and look at their own professional identity. They need to be proactive communicators with their mentors, and the continuous learning mindset must be there. Resilience, they should show resilience and adaptability. I mean, it's no good that the mentoring the relationship is going on, but the mentee is sticking to their own understandings and not willing to adapt. That's quite hard. They need to be responsive and active listeners, of course. Time management is very important. If the meeting is half an hour, then it needs to be half an hour. 50 minutes, it's 50 minutes. Time is crucial. Right. There's a comment. Let me just have a look at it. Or we can leave them to ask a question. Can we leave the questions for a bit later? Until the end of the session? I don't have much, to go. So let's just go on with please write it down on a piece of paper and then share it when time comes. Thank you. Right. Now we are talking mentor, mentee, but there is a relationship that we need to think about. What type of relationship? Is it personal, professional, both? How is that relationship? How can we describe it? Let's see. That relationship, the mentoring relationship, can be formal or informal. However, in workplaces, they prefer formal relationship. I personally think both. As a mentor, you can, because one of the tools that I'll tell you about later is the wheel of life. Wheel of life considers areas that are very personal. So a mentoring relationship must have both. From literature, according to my search in literature, they put the word or, so it's either formal or informal. To me, it's both. So it's a developmental kind of relationship. It's a long term. Shortest is 6 months. Longer can go for years. it's instrumental. It can short, for example, linked to certain specific goals. Okay, it's mentee driven. It's confidential, as we say. There is respect. There is growth. It's all of these adjectives that we have here. If we want to describe it, it's a mutual type of relationship that evolves around the mentee's goals and expectations. It's not good to start a mentoring relationship with the mentor's goals and expectations. Even if I am a mentor and I am driven by the values of my organization, for example, and the expectation of my organization. However, the mentoring relationship must start with the mentee's goals and expectations, not anyone else, even if it's their workplace. No, it shouldn't. Then, yeah, it's about avoiding tick box mentality. So there is this is achieved, finished, let's move on to task 2, task 3, task 4. No. Yes, we have goals, and the whole relationship is about working towards achieving those goals. However, if we can achieve 2 goals out of 4, that's a huge achievement, because it is about developing a person as a whole. It's not about ticking the box. Right. So how to start that relationship? At the start of the relationship, At the start of the relationship, as I said, establish clear goals and expectations of the relationship. Sit together and discuss, what do you expect? What do you want from such relationship? Help your mentee define their areas of growth. What do you want to develop in yourself, either personally or professionally? Some people might say, I'm not a decision maker. Some might say, I don't have confidence to speak in front of others in meetings, for example. So each would come with their own issues, right? We need to set specific objectives for the relationship, decide on the logistics. When do we meet? In a cafe, at work, where exactly, for how long? So these logistics. And also during the mentoring sessions, both must be honest and open. As a mentor, you need to celebrate success, even if it's a small success that has come from your mentee. Celebrate it, make it sound big, provide regular feedback to them, and of course, you must determine the areas for improvements. Yeah, we're coming towards the end now. Tools. There are a lot of ready-made templates that you can use for mentoring agreements. By the way, we need to sign an agreement between both mentors and mentees, so that, by signing it, you feel it's real, it's happening. Goal setting templates. Also, there are, templates that are available that can help both to set their goals. Feedback and reflection tools, and what can help you with your mentoring sessions. During mentoring sessions is having those tools. For example, as I mentioned to you, the Wheel of Life. The Wheel of Life, maybe you've heard about it. It has areas like, for example, spiritual side, financial side, health side. That can be a very good start for a mentoring relationship, where it can be used as a tool to point out areas for growth. If the mentee is not clear about what they want. And there is the GROW model, which I've tried myself, and it works perfect. The goal, for each session, you just follow the GROW model. It's about, what is the goal for today's sessions, reality, what is going on, how are you doing it now? The mentee is going to describe options. What options were there? How could you improve that? And what will you do? This is like the action plan, of course. And that's it from my side. This question for you: what challenges do you foresee, and how can you address them from the mentoring relationship? And you being a mentor or a mentee, what kind of challenges you think you would have? And this brings me towards, yeah, That's it. If you have any questions, now it's a good time for your questions, and I'm leaving 15 minutes. Yeah. So, and these are my references. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at your comments.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
Fawziya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to our
Enormously interesting.
participants.
Thank you. I would like to invite our participants to consider any questions, to address any of them. Just place them in the chat room. Now is the appropriate time. And we'll just open up the chat room for us to look.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat room now too. Thank you. I hope it's been useful for you guys. So, any questions, any comments that you have? Whether or not you have mentoring? Have you experienced it before? Do you think about having it or not? Please share your thoughts. I'm really interested.
Well, if I may, Fawziya, I'll there's a question.
Yeah, there's a question. What would be a good percentage? Let me read the class. What would be a good percentage of pro bono mentoring based on your experience? I'm not sure I got you right. Thank you. Do you mean the percentage of the mentoring? I'm not sure of what it. I'm not sure I got that question. Can you clarify it a bit?
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
كيفك دكتورة؟
هلا الحمد لله أماني.
Yes, Doctor, I have
Great.
one question.
Great just to hear from you, Amani, after such a long
Yeah,
time. Actually, you know, Shane, we know each other. Go on, Amani, tell me.
Yeah, only I have one. Sometime the one who will come to the institution is new one, while the one who already we have as employee, like less in him in compared to the experience. So sometimes the experienced person, even when he is new for this institution, he has some ego of learning from someone who is this than his experience. But the things that we have different policy, procedure, rules, and so on. So how we can play in this way so we will not let him feel that he is downgraded or something like that, because we are using this mentor things especially for academic side, that we give them so for some person to let them know how to use then our system, how to go with the policies, how for a certain period. But as I told you, the experience of someone is more than the one who is mentor to it. You get my point, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Amani. I think it comes back to the mentality and to having a culture of mentorship within the organization. I think those ones who come with an ego, as you described them, who have experience from other institutions, but they don't think that they need to learn from your institutions because they know it all. Here, we need to bring in some kind of training on mentoring and bring in the culture, the mentality of mentorship, and that it's fine to use those different approaches for mentoring. For example, remember the modern ones, the approaches that I shared with you, where
Yes.
junior is kind of mentoring a senior, where co-workers mentor each other. So here, just a session, a workshop or two for staff, especially the new ones, about the institution and how mentoring is part of their growth and part of their professional development, that would help. They would not think that they are this institution is seeing us like, you know, we don't know and they're teaching us. No, they won't get that. So those are the ones who need mentoring, I have to say, Amani. They need some training on mentoring to change the mentality, tweak it a bit.
Thank you, Doctora. Nice to
Thank
see you
you.
again.
Thank you. Nice seeing you too. Mentoring for free. Yes, of course. Mentoring is a free type of, it's not paid. It's not like coaching. It's not paid. You get mentoring, you get staff trained on mentoring, then that person who is training the institution, okay, for example, if you're in organization, they decide, for example, to have a mentoring program, you would enroll 10 or 5 on the program. Those 5 can become your mentors, and then they can mentor others in the organization for free. You don't need to pay them. You see, that is why mentoring is free. It happens regularly, it's part of their work, it's not paid. Then those mentors are going to continue. The mentees can become mentors one day if they are interested, and so on. It's, as I said, it is a cyclical type of relationship. Yeah.
Fawziya,
Number. Yeah, Shane, go on. Tell me.
what you've just said made me wonder, what characteristics am I looking for in a mentor? If I'm instituting a mentorship program in my organization, let's say, and I'm in the talent development division of HR, and I want to have mentorship. What characteristics am I looking for in a mentor, would you say?
A mentor within my organization, or for the outsider who would come to train me?
Inside my organization, I want to
Inside.
establish a training program for mentors,
Yes.
and I want to
Yeah.
find them, and I want to identify. What am I looking for?
Yeah. I'm looking for the person who cares about others, who is helpful. You see,
Mhm.
it's that passion for supporting others. Then that would be a good pick for a mentor. Who is willing, who is, who don't have that ego which Amani described.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Who
right,
is willing to help others? It's all about help and support. If you have
right.
those people, then keep an eye on them, and they're the ones to target.
Okay.
Yeah, who have that passion. Yeah, and
And
it can be also who are knowledgeable and skillful in certain
right,
areas.
right.
Yeah,
And that's
depends.
where I think, let's say in industry, we might have a subject matter expert in my organization who I would
Yes,
like to enhance as a champion of mentoring. Right.
yes. Mm.
What about the matching process, Fawziya? How do we match one person, such as a mentor that you've selected, with a mentee? Is there some psychometric testing you would recommend, or some form of interview process to match them?
Actually, this is a very interesting point, and I'm still after that because when I
Right,
when I joined
right.
the Tamkeen program, what they did, the Tamkeen program was also kind of guided by the Human Edge in the UK. The
Yes,
Human Edge have their own trainers, who
right.
those trainers matched mentors and mentees. When
Ah,
I asked your question, based
okay.
on what are you matching us? I mean, how do you know that I fit that person?
Yeah,
I think it comes back to people's CVs, first of all,
right,
experiences, yes,
right,
experiences, and on the training that because we enrolled in a 3-day program, the
right,
trainers got to know us for both. There
right,
was a program for mentors and mentees, separate programs, of course. After
right.
knowing the person, you only can match.
Mm-hmm,
And after knowing the needs of the mentees, you can match.
mm-hmm,
As you said, if there is one person who has certain experience in one area, then they
mm-hmm.
can benefit for that. But
Okay,
as a mentor, you don't need to be inclusive. As a mentor, you don't need to know it all. No. For example, I am a mentor, yeah, but I am not here to represent finance, for example. I
right,
can't. I
right.
can't because it's not me. If there is a need for a financial type of mentor, then that would be, I would refer them to another person.
Okay,
But
Right.
but Shane, I'm still interested in finding it. I'm sure there are tools. We need to
Mm,
dig in deeper in literature
mm,
to
mm,
find what
mm,
is there for matching.
mm.
Yeah,
And
if there is, yeah,
well, it occurred to me as you described also the holistic approach
yeah,
to mentorship. You're interested in the whole person. And it
yeah.
occurred to me that we're also interested in their emotional competencies, their EQ, so to speak. And that appears to me to be a contributing factor to the success. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. The emotional side, the the emotional side is a big part of the relationship. To
Right.
have a positive, healthy mentoring relationship
Right.
is essential. And that
Okay.
comes from having building rapport. It comes with
Right.
building rapport right at the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I believe in. That will only take you towards the holistic approach because you would understand the person
Mm,
through their emotions,
mm-hmm,
through getting to know them more, and by being an active listener and allowing
mm-hmm,
them the opportunity to take the lead, I
mm-hmm,
have to say. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Mentees need to take the lead. I mean, if you compare the percentage of who talks and who listens, I would say 90% leave it to the mentee for giving, especially right at the beginning of the relationship. Let
Yes.
them share, let them
Yes.
say. You just listen. Do not interrupt.
Mm,
The issue with mentors is they interrupt. Straight away, they interrupt and they provide solutions. And that's not right. Avoid it.
right.
Yeah, it's not
That in
evaluative.
fact, yes.
Mentors are not evaluative. Mentors are not
No.
supervisors. They're not there
No.
to
No.
to put people on a scale and to say this is good, this is less. No, no.
Well, and particularly, it makes me wonder that the reverse mentoring that you suggested and described,
Yeah.
let's say a millennial instructing a baby boomer, for example, on how to use their technology. We need that relationship to be fluid. We need that to be emotionally present. We need those individuals to be respectful and mindful of each other so that
Yes.
the transfer of knowledge occurs. And at the very least, the
Yeah.
experience for both is rewarding.
I think that comes with embracing mentorship within organizations
All
so
right.
that we take
Yes.
we take the burden off the shoulders of those who are not sure, or those who
Mm,
think
mm,
that I know it
mm,
all, I don't need
mm, mm,
support. So yeah,
mm.
just foster that kind of mentality of
Right.
having a mentor. Having a mentor doesn't mean that you lack something or you're
Yes.
not good at having something. No,
Yeah.
it's about your career and professional growth.
Okay.
In order to grow, even mentors need mentors, by the way. So
Ah,
even I
good
might
point.
need someone to mentor me.
Good
It's
point.
interesting. At some stage of your life, you need someone to be there to mentor you.
Actually, it speaks to certainly the data that you presented from senior managers, leaders out of the Harvard Business Review to suggest that
Yeah,
even in senior positions, mentorship is in demand. Perhaps I might suggest, Fawziya, because of the isolation of the position, that individuals in senior roles very often operating under their own management, and they don't have people around them to share their successes and their
exactly,
expertise.
exactly. So who to share with? They also have
Yes,
challenges, and they
yes,
they need someone to share with. And to
yes.
my knowledge, the CEO of is it called Pepsi, the Pepsi company or the
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola
Yep,
company? I think,
yep.
yeah, he was so proud of his mentor and he speaks highly about him.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, it's interesting. I would like to do a search of those CEOs or bigger heads, or whether
Mm,
they have,
mm,
have
mm,
had
mm,
a
mm.
mentor. I'm
Right,
sure they would have gone through that experience because people cannot climb the ladder alone. They would
no,
feel lonely.
it's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah,
true. Fawziya, it's been a pleasure to have you with us this afternoon. Thank you very much for your insights on mentorship and your journey to the expertise that you have now. I appreciate that those here in this moment have taken a huge learning opportunity with them and much to remember. We're really grateful that you took the time to meet with us. Thank you very much on behalf of the IMC for your work. And I invite you to come back to us when you've had some of the more interesting questions that we've talked about with some answers. Please do. You'd be most welcome. So if I may, to the participants who stayed with us all the way to the end, thank you very much for your participation. The materials that we've recorded today will be available on the IMC website and on our YouTube channel. You're most welcome to contact us for any further information about mentorship and the mentors that we have available on our website and through the various distribution social channels that we make. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good afternoon. Thank you, Fawziya.
Thank you very much, Shane, and thank you very much to all the participants. You made it great. Thank you. See you all later. Bye.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.